Hey guys, Anthony Washington here, and the purpose of this channel is to teach you how to maximize your marketing dollars for exponential profit, right? But I also I'm also about helping the small business community, one business at a time, learn different tricks for productivity, for money, revenue, alternative streams, for money making ideas. And I want to quickly explain how to find off-market deals in real estate. As many of you know, some may know that I am a part-time real estate investor, and what you need to understand is that as a solo practitioner, as a small business owner, as someone who has not achieved the abundance of capital and resources, you need to learn how to generate leads in an efficient manner and for the least amount of money. So I don't consider myself an expert in real estate, but they say an expert, the true definition of an expert is one who knows more than the layman. I think I qualify under that specification. So let's go ahead and teach how to find off-market deals in your spare time. Now I understand a lot of this is going to be basic, and I don't want to think anybody is not. I don't want anybody to think that I'm not trying to uh, that I'm trying not to add value and that I'm not trying to teach. But mastering the basics is half of the battle to mastery overall. Overall mastery is going to come from mastering the basics. So it's important that we stress the basics. The basics of finding deals, and understand off-market deals is going to be your bread and butter because most people are not going to need you. Most people are going to be selling their property on the MLS. If they're not going to sell the property on the MLS, then they are selling the property themselves. They're savvy enough, or they have the wherewithal, they have the team, they have the money, they have the time. They're not desperate. Off market deals are usually going to be motivated sellers. Understand that. So, when you're going after off market deals, what you need first is information. I'm going to say information slash data. Maybe you're a realtor or you have access to a realtor and you have expired lists, a list of that you're keeping track of. A good bonus tip, a good thing to do is to set some type of alert on your phone and have on Zillow or Redfin, and I can we can get in depth on setting up systems to bring in leads, bring in that information. But you want to be maybe tracking days on market. You want to be tracking days on market. Sorry, this is terrible. So, coupled with the information, you need education to go with the information. You're going to need resources. You're going to need advisors. That can be people that you meet in real life. That can be real life advisors. That could be advisors online. So those resources can be in the form of forums, on meetup groups, again, investor boards, your RIA, and maybe just contacting people. One way that helps kind of snowball some relationships for me was just simply paying the dues to the RIA in my local area, and then that gave me access to email. Simple as that. I didn't attend too many meetings, but just being on the email list, it gave me access to some investors and to some people who were doing real estate as well. Resources basically. And of course, the best education probably out of everything is YouTube. YouTube, it has a wealth of information for you. Avail yourself, immerse yourself into the world of creative financing. Educate yourself on how deals are made in business general. And the more that you have education, the more that you're not a one trick pony. And educate yourself, immerse yourself in the world of creative finance, and study other business strategies besides real estate. Leverage buyouts, understand different ways to create value, to create deals, and that are win-win situations. and that's going to be valuable for you. And the underlying thing of all that is taking action. And that's the X factor in everything. When I first started out, I had I had quite a bit of information. I had a lot of this. I had quite a bit of this as far as education because again, I immersed myself in the world of real estate, and I had a lot of this. But then the next thing that I was missing, and this is crucial, and this is where I could kick myself. I really should be ashamed of myself because I should be way further along in my real estate career, but no complaints because here I am now going forward. This is the one thing that I was lacking that could have exponentially supercharged all that I was doing in this was systems. If you can read that. Systems was what synthesized and really brought together the information, and it brought together the education. Because the systems create momentum. Momentum is what you need. Momentum is going to create consistency. And that's what I lacked. So if you're watching this and you're not willing to invest in your systems, that is going to be the difference maker between you making some spare change here and there, which is what I did for years, making, basically hustling, basically treating this like a hustle and not, again, I can show you, I wrote everything down in a notebook and I was just so unsophisticated with it. Systems doesn't have to be too much. Again, I pride myself on doing more with less. I pride myself on maximizing bootstrapping, and again, in moderation. You can't skimp on certain things. Don't skimp on legal advice. Don't skimp on due diligence. But you can skip on certain things, especially when you're doing this part time. These are basic systems. Have your Google Docs, your Google Drive. That's the basic. You want to have a CRM. A basic CRM that I use that works for me is Podio. Podio will do everything that you need. Just starting off, you don't need to spend too much time investing in different sophisticated CRMs. You need to be worried about generating leads. And the game changer for me that I wish I would have invested in a long time ago is a dialer. Get you a dialer. Get you a dialer that has dispositions and that is able to extract information and put information into automatically into spreadsheets so that bam, you can go back to your Podio. It'll go to your Google Drive, Podio, and that's what's going to create momentum because nothing is falling through the cracks. Everything is going to everything's going to a certain folder. Everything is going to a certain assistant or employee. This is going to create the synergy between the action and the results. Now again, this may seem vague and it may seem very rudimentary, elementary, but the information is out there. You know about ListSource, you know about the county tax records, you know about networking with wholesalers, you know about bigger pockets, forms, different forms. The trick is going to come from acting on that information, getting creative with that information, creating different forms of value, uncovering rocks that somebody else may have left behind. One thing I found is that the harder it is to track down an owner, the more complicated or complex the situation is, as far as maybe a probate, as far as subject twos, people who have issues. One thing I found is that the more creative that you can be with your solutions instead of just trying to get the lowest price, because that's what most wholesalers know how to do, is try to go for the lowest price. And in my experience, that doesn't always work. In my experience, the value that I was able to create is either from having speed, being able to move quickly, and that comes from knowledge, that comes from resources, or being able to create a solution that is win-win that somebody else hadn't presented to them, and you're able to presented in a clear, concise way. That's why you need the information. So that's what I'll leave you with. I hope you got value out of that video. If you did, please thumbs up, like, subscribe. You know the deal. I'm not going to beg. We'll create a part 2. Let me know how deep you want me to dive on this subject. If you can, leave a comment below on what else you want me to cover as far as finding off-market deals. So that's all I have for today. See you on the next one.